And then you can catch me on Fluent Radio, Philly Jams 95.3, Indie 101.5, and Mixed Talk Media. And I'm available anywhere that you listen to podcasts, okay, and your radio shows. So get on it, okay? Let's do this. I love to connect with you and promote what you got going on. Let's get it. If you or someone you know would like to be a guest on the Blueprint Live, visit thebpmediaco.com today. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to another week of the Blueprint Live with your girl, MzMetchi. Brought to you by Philly 101.5 and Indie 95.3 and Fluent Radio. Shout out to our partners, Be Your Own Kind and Ms. Z with the T, honey. And thank you to our amazing sponsors, Tax Strategy, Black Dollar Days, Fiya Infusions, and last but not least, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi. Okay, tune in every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time and at 9 p.m. Eastern Time in Philly. All right, y'all, it's showtime. Let's get it.
What it do? Your favorite cousin Young Jock checking in, and right now you're tuned into the Blueprint Live with my favorite MzMetchi. All right, hey man, you know what it is. Keep doing what you're doing and keep it right here. Chill.
Yo, what's happening in? What's happening in? Oh, it's your boy $2 Fabo, Bankhead Fabo. Oh, hey man, check this out. I want y'all to tune in right now to the Blueprint Live with MzMetchi, and I want you to tune in every Thursday at 6:30 Central Time. Ah! Oh, Fabo!
Yo, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I know what you should be doing. I'm the pride of the Eastside DJ MH Tutter, and you need to tune into the Blueprint Live with MzMetchi.
Hey y'all. Come on y'all. This love child right here. This is an exclusive. Get in tune. Let's go. It's Friday Eve. Hey. Grab your cup. I got a show for you tonight. Let's go. Hey, everybody. What's up, girl? Thank you for tuning in. You made it on time. Hey. This is my first time hearing this, y'all. We doing an exclusive listen. This is Love Child. Shout out to Determined Radio. Got a real nice chorus. Okay, let's go. Oh my goodness. Okay, y'all, I just have to rock out real quick. First off, shout out to Felice. She sent me over that record. That is Love Child. Okay, y'all remember he came on the show. Oh my goodness, this was last year. And he had some new music out then. So it's absolutely amazing. She said no sound. Can you all hear me okay? DeAnna, can you hear me okay? You backstage with me? Okay, we good to go. So everybody, welcome back to another week of the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi, checking in. I hope wherever you are that you are having an amazing and blessed week, okay? Super ready to kick off tonight's show because you all, I have not one, but I have two guests, okay? And we are in week 4 of financial wellness, okay? And tonight is no different. I'm super excited because y'all, let me tell y'all who I got in my virtual backstage right now. Woo! I don't even think y'all ready. Wait a minute. I know y'all ready because the year is closing out. So y'all gonna be super excited. Y'all gonna be super excited to hear. I have okay, because she is the tax boss lady, okay? I have Miss DeAnna Grant joining me tonight. She is the founder of Grant Financial Services, okay? Her business, she is geared, and her outreach is for my business owners. So if you are a business owner and you are tuning in tonight, I need you to grab that pen. I need you to grab that paper, okay? I need you to grab the pen and the paper, and I need you to be prepared for tonight's conversation, okay? Because it's just, I can't wait. And then coming up later on in the show, I have Porchea-Londone that's going to be joining me, y'all. And I mean, wait till you all hear about how I connected with this young lady. It's just been it's been an amazing year as far as networking. I don't know about y'all. Even if you're not in business, just meeting other people. I love to meet people, especially that look like me, especially Black women, okay? I love to see other Black women that are bosses out here. They are dominating in their field. And the fact that they come and spend time on my show, it's been an absolute blessing this year. So we're going to jump into it, okay? Shout out to my amazing sponsors, okay? Fire Infusions, Black Dollar Days, okay? Lavish Looks by MzMetchi, and of course, Paris Ice Bar. She is your mobile bartender, y'all. So wherever you wanna have a party, you need her to pull up. Paris Ice Bar is going to pull up, okay? And if you were wondering what was on the playlist, if you just tuned in or you caught a snippet of it, that was Love Child, okay? It's everywhere, available anywhere that you listen to music, okay? I personally like Spotify, that's just my thing, but you do what you got to do. And of course, shout out to our radio partners, Fluent Radio, Philly Jams 95.3, Indie 101.5, and Mixed Talk Media. I'm super excited that I'll be co-hosting the Fall of Fame Gala that's going on next Friday. Okay, so this is at a plush location in downtown Chicago. Okay, so it's one of those like you gotta be on the list. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be on the list to really make some stuff happen. So that's pretty much what we've got going on. And you can get your tickets on Eventbrite. Okay, I've been sharing the link for like a very, very long time. So if you don't have your tickets and you miss out, like we are going to be dressed to the nines. It's roaring 20s. Okay, we getting dressed up. Okay, we getting dressed up. So make sure you get your tickets before they sold out, because I mean, as far as I know, the last time I checked, we only had a few tickets that were left. Okay, so I need you to go ahead and make that a priority at this point. Now, you all know that we've had some extremely crazy things that went on this week. And tonight, and this was part of my hated it, and I'll get into it later on in the show, but y'all, I was really, really, really taken aback when I heard about what happened to Takeoff from Migos. Like, whoa, he was probably the most chill person ever. And for that to happen to him, to just be in that predicament, oh y'all, that messed me up this week. Hold on, this thing is switching. It messed me up this week. And what I wanted to do, because I found myself, my husband and I, we love talking about music, right? We love music. And I was just like, babe, I was like, you know what? I'm like, what's your like top Migos songs? They've been a part of our lives since they came out as far as music. Like when you go somewhere and you having a good time, you've heard them at least once or twice in the rotation. So tonight, what I would like to talk about, if you all are okay with that, my Migos fans, I want y'all top 5 songs, because I mean, let's go down memory lane real quick. Like I feel like this is, I found myself watching a few interviews that Takeoff did, and he just wanted to be remembered for his music and his legacy, right? So let's go. Even though it was, it's a sad occasion of things and circumstances that took place this week, let's go ahead, let's lift their music up, and let's talk about what's y'all top 5. I got my top 5, but I am very interested to hear about y'all top 5. Okay. Now, it's that time in the show. It's time to bring on my special guest. DeAnna, are you ready to go? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bring DeAnna on right now. Y'all, welcome my special guest. Hey, DeAnna.
Hey, everyone. How you doing?
Girl, I am good. How are you?
I'm good.
Look, I was talking to them about what happened with. Do you listen to the Migos?
I'm more of an R&B girl, but I do.
Okay.
Bad and bougie. Bad.
Yeah. You already know. I was just about to say, I was like, that's the song that I feel like, even like some people that they are not hardcore into rap, they definitely at least know that song. I'm like, yeah. You've heard it before. But DeAnna, I've been really excited to talk to you this week because, you, first off, we got connected. So shout out to Sarita Love, Success Junkies, everybody that was able to, just bring it all together. Girl, you doing it on the financial services.
Well, talk to me.
Yes, girl, I see you. You are the tax boss lady. And, I just want to give you a moment to just tell my listeners a little bit about what you do and about Grant's Financial Services.
Okay. So what do I do? I help business owners manage their money.
Okay.
I help them make their money, manage their money, and keep track of their money while giving them tax savings simply. So I help them with, I support business owners. This is what I really do without me having this canned response because I'm trying to get the nerves out. But what I really do is I motivate my business owners. So I'm like a business coach, essentially, like a business financial coach, because I understand the financial statement. I have mastered the balance sheet. I've mastered the profit and loss, and I interpret it to you. Because that financial statement, it tells the story. It tells like, is this business doing well? Are we not doing well? Do we need to hire more people? Are we overspending? It just tells me everything. And a lot of people are intimidated by it. So what I do is I track those numbers, and I love talking about money. I love helping keep people's coinages. I like keeping the bag. And but what I really like doing is helping people to not just keep track of the money, but help them make decisions. Because when you have your money, you have to make good decisions pay off, bad decisions penalize. And then one last thought. I have seen it time and time again where someone has had a 7-figure year, grow 7 figures, Black-owned business owner, or multiple 6 figures. This happens all the time. They do not know where it is. So they made 7 figures. They made $500,000, but in their bank account, there's $5,000. Plus we got loans. Plus we got $400K. Like we got a lot of loans, $5,000 in the bank, and do not know where any of the money is. They couldn't tell you. So I help you answer that question. Where is my money? Where did it go? What did I spend it on? And how can we make the best decisions so that our business can take care of us? Because if you take care of your business, the money is the heart of the business. You take care of your business will take care of you. And I've been in business for 12 years.
So, one thing that I love to ask my guests when they come on, because we have a lot of people that are thinking about starting businesses or they're in their businesses right now. What kind of got you started with this? Like, did it, were you always in the field as far as handling finances, or was it something that just kind of came to you?
Okay, so yeah, I went to school for accounting and I worked at firms. So what my differentiating factor is that I did not work at like PwC or any of the big four. I worked for a small Black firm for about 10 years before I started my own practice. So I know all of the pain points of a small business owner: payroll tax, sales tax, corporate taxes, regular taxes. So, but how I got started was I was at a white Jewish owned firm. And at this firm, there was a lot of favoritism to the white males, and they had their proteges. And I was always fighting for like, hey, send me to that training. Hey, can I get this assignment? Because they were trying to not give me my fair share of the work or honor my expertise. So then during like 2010, that was like that real estate crash. I actually got laid off. So 3 things happened to me. I got laid off all in the same month. I got laid off from my job.
Oh my God.
My dad passed away. And then my ex-husband, he left the house. So everything that could give me security, a job, a spouse, and my father, meaning my family, I lost all in the same month. And then I had nothing else to lose because I probably would have been too scared. I had nothing else to lose. So I was like, I'm going to start Grant's Financial Services.
Okay.
So that's how it was birthed. I started with everyone I knew. I started with 10 tax returns. And at the height of my tax business, and I can explain later where we are now. At the height of my tax business, I went from 10 to over 600 tax returns.
Oh
that
my
we
goodness.
process, both individual and businesses. So I grew it from 10 to 600, probably in about 4 or 5 years.
Well, first off, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's funny that, first off, I'm sorry for, for the loss that you experienced during that time, and I always try to be very transparent with my listeners, and I'll tell them the things that I have going on. And one of my mantras that I go by is turning pain into power.
Oh, yeah.
And what a beaming example of having taken the things that were painful and turning it into something and making it your purpose. Like,
yes,
girl.
So I say pain into the purse because we pain to the purse. Yes.
Okay, somebody tweet that and y'all better tag her.
We like coinages in our purses.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, one thing that I saw, and I'm actually, if you give me a second, I want to pull it up because it was on your Instagram and it's your first tagline.
I know you know what it is, but I want to read it for the people
Okay,
that
which one is it?
are tuning in with us. Hold on, I'm bringing it up, y'all. Hold on, it's taking a second, but that's okay. Because this, like, when I saw that, I was just like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, is it the Wi-Fi? What is it? Okay, helping 6 to 7 figure earners save 10 to 40K in taxes. Okay,
Oh yeah.
that was striking to me because a lot of the times and you probably hear about it a lot more as a financial expert, but people are afraid to file because they're just like, I'm gonna I made all of this money. Can you speak to that? I guess that myth that the more you make is just like you're gonna absolutely owe at the end of the day.
Okay, so I just want to be completely honest. I definitely can save you 10 to 40K, and depending on what your net is, your net, I can definitely do 10% in tax savings. So if you got a 7-figure net, if you got $1 million net, I can save you over 100. I have a current client, but I can save you over 150,000 in taxes.
Oh.
So there's different tax strategies for different levels of business.
Absolutely.
So like 250K, 500K. 7-figure
it's going to be a different
profit. Okay. Yeah. Part of that strategy and how can you get the tax savings is that you actually have to have good accounting records, because when you come to your tax person, you got all these receipts, and then you're like, I don't know how much money I made last year. I don't know how much I spent. Well, it's hard to help you because I don't know either,
Yeah. Right.
But if you have good financials or even good bookkeeping, then there are strategies you can implement. I can give you 5 quick ones.
Yeah,
so 5 quick strategies are: 1, home office, of course. These are like these are 5 basic strategies. So these are basic, and then there's advanced tax planning, where then we do some more sophisticated transactions. But
absolutely,
home office, traveling. So that's like traveling, business conferences, and just traveling, but you have to make your travel part of business. So like when we're going on these business retreats and different things.
Okay.
Hiring your children or hiring your spouse, because what you're doing there is you're taking money from a higher tax bracket and shifting it to a lower tax bracket. And that strategy has been around for years and centuries. Then there are retirement plans. So retirement plans, 401k, SEP IRA, self-directed IRA, and putting money in these plans, I can get a dollar for dollar write-off with those transactions.
Okay.
So hiring your children, retirement plans, travel, home office, and then your car. We all know, everyone knows about buying that G-Wagon and then writing the whole thing off. So those are 5.
Wait, they might not know about that, DeAnna. Wait a minute now. Hold on now. What about us with our kids?
The thing is you can't have 50,000 of income, net profit, and then buy a G-Wagon and write it off. You definitely have to, I would say, have enough income and expense that was substantiated so that it would seem as a practical expense to the IRS. Practical enough. However, there's a rule that if you have a vehicle 6,000 pounds or more, and I believe this is the last year, Congress is supposed to vote sometime in the end of this year, but you can write off 100% of that vehicle purchase. So if you buy a G-Wagon, I think those are like 6 figures, you can write the whole $100,000 or more off on your taxes. And so that right there saves you. So if you had a profit of 400,000, we're writing off 100,000. So then now we're going to pay taxes on 300,000. So there you go. That's the savings right there.
That's right.
That'll be $100,000 of savings.
Ooh, okay. I put for one, I can't see whoever the Facebook user is that typed that in the comments, but we appreciate you for putting that on there. So if you missed it, the 5 things, it's home office, travel. Okay, business travel, y'all. You can't be on a vacation and trying to write it off like that.
Well, we can find a way to make our travel business. That's kind of what I'm saying. You have to find a way to make the business travel business, like make appointments, set appointments, and find some business. It could be a business conference in Florida, Orlando, but then you just happen to have your kids with you and then you go to Disney World. But it should have a business purpose. But I feel like that's easy enough. I feel like that's easy enough. You just literally meeting up with somebody.
No matter where I go, I always have something that I do business wise. Yeah,
Yes.
we'll have to talk about that off the air. We don't know if the IRS is listening,
Okay.
but nothing crazy, y'all.
Right.
It's all legal. It's all legal. Okay. And if you are, and if you all have any questions, I have DeAnna's information that's on the screen for those that are tuning in with us on Facebook and YouTube. You all make sure that you reach out. Tax time is coming up. You don't want to get caught out here. Business owners, you don't want to get caught out here with your tail in between your legs. Okay. Oh my goodness, girl. Look, you didn't just drop some, you dropping the gems on us.
Okay.
So, okay. What are some common things that you have heard? Because I know you said that you work with like businesses. What are some of their hangups as far as like not really having their accounting things together? Like, what are some? I know you hear a slew of excuses.
So just two things I always say is that I want my clients to be fiscally responsible. So
Okay.
that means file your taxes on time. A lot of people are scared. They're scared of the unknown. So they're like, oh my God, if I file these taxes, I'm going to owe all this money and I don't have it to pay. However, you end up paying more. You're paying more when you file late and procrastinate. It's actually better to file on time, file on time, and just get a payment plan. Now this is my opinion, but when you owe the IRS, it's less than one of them dang on credit cards that you have. Like the credit cards have super high interest. So as long as you're going to pay them, it's okay. And there's strategies in that, but I could talk about that later because you can't be scared to make money. You just can't. That's right. And then when you make the money, you're going to pay some taxes, but I would say a little snippet or tip. Whatever you make, this is just a tip and a good financial practice, right? And I said fiscally responsible and financially healthy is what I want our businesses to start to do and have. But long story short, 10%, it's an easy number. And you can just start, you can train yourself if you're from a baby business to your multiple 7-figure business, 10%. So if you make $5,000, take 500 and put it into a separate account, like out of sight, out of mind. So then you got 4,500 to spend, to manage, to get marketing, to get staff, to whatever. But just every month, whatever that gross is, take 10% and put it to the side. And then at the end of the year, after you come see me, then I had a client and she put her 10% to the side. I was so proud of her. And she had extra money, so she can go get her a real bag if that's what she wants. With her overage. That's right. But it's a good financial practice. And then you never know what you may want to invest in through doing it, but spending every dime and not preparing yourself for taxes is not what you want to do. And let us have a happy meeting because I hate having those meetings like, well, you owe this, but part of it is planning. So some established businesses, this is what actually the service I'm morphing into, which is advanced tax strategies, where you use someone such as myself, a tax strategist, and I literally save you 10 to 40K, or depending on if you got a multiple 6-figure business and multiple 6-figure profits, I'm saving you 10% of that net, 10% of that net, which is putting 40, 50K back into your pocket or back to where you can use it to keep growing the business. You don't have to give it all to the IRS, to the Internal Revenue Service.
I know. People hear those letters and they do not like those letters.
But a lot of things is just fear of the unknown, just not historically having good financial practices, just not being used to. Your mom had bad financial practices and then you just inherited it.
You said earlier before we logged on, DeAnna, you were talking about how you are an educator as far as when it comes to the financial things. And I mean, we see a lot of people that they advertise that they do taxes, but then you can notice the difference of those that have the knowledge and they're able to sit down and they're not just filing your returns, but they're educating you on what you can do all year round. How important do you feel that it is that people, have that educational piece?
We need the education because we need to understand. And then it just, the more you're educated, you actually feel more comfortable and more relaxed with this situation you don't understand or don't know about. And I just want to educate people because it empowers them to do better in their business. Right. It empowers them not to be scared to make the money because we can do strategies to reduce that tax bill. Yeah. And I just like I like talking to my business owners. So on my highest package, I talk to my clients twice a month. But when you talk to me, because the money is one thing, tracking it is one thing, but there's so many other things going on in the business. Like, are we paying too much for staff? Is our staff working efficiently? How our cost of goods sold?
Yeah. Like healthcare insurance. I mean, there's a lot of things that go, along with it as far as even on a smaller scale, there's still different things you have to worry about. So I think that's awesome. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, people, they don't, I think what you said, and as far as that lack of preparation, things, they become overwhelming when you're only really looking at your tax situation one time out the year, and it's not something that's on an ongoing basis. I can admit, DeAnna, when I first started out, because everyone knows I'm a corporatepreneur, so I work, but I do my business full time as well. And when it came the first year to have to file taxes, I was super nervous. Like, I'm like, okay. And I didn't recognize until, because you do need to sit down with a professional. Like once you get to that point, that there were so many things that I was missing and I could have avoided had I done things correctly during the year. So,
yeah. And there's different strategies you can implement before you have to pay a whole lot of money. And I forgot to mention the S Corp strategy. That's like the easiest one. But if you have at least 25,000 net profit, then I usually recommend that my business owners, instead of them being a sole proprietor or a single member LLC, then I'll recommend that you become an S Corp. Because that right there saves you about 10K. That transition.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So for my earners, y'all heard of 25K? No. Yeah. Okay. We're switching it over. Okay. From the LLCs, because you hear that all the time, DeAnna. They're like, get you an LLC. It's like, seek help. I always tell people, I'm like, go to the professionals.
Yeah.
So get done right the first time.
Definitely, I recommend LLC, but then an LLC is a disregarded entity, and it can turn into S Corp, C Corp, or whatever I need it to turn into for the moment. But what drives me batty is people starting 10 businesses. Now I'm happy that they have took action, because you have to take action. Money likes clarity. Money likes speed. Money likes action. Money is an energy. Money is an energy. So I know I do accounting, but literally money is an energy. You have to vibe with it. You have to vibe with it and treat it well. But treat your money well, because you take care of it. It'll take care. I promise you, it'll take care of you. When I get clients and I do their accounting, all of a sudden they have increase, because now you're paying attention to your money. Whereas before you're scared of it. But I think I forgot what I was saying, because I'm blah, 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 blah.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Look, you're giving us all, look, everybody, they taking in all this knowledge. We're like a sponge right now.
Yeah. But when you start the LLC and then they kind of go online and start 20 LLCs, and they're just a bunch of chaos, but there's no purpose to the LLCs, and you're starting more LLCs than starting more LLCs than you actually have business. So you're just asking for a bunch of paperwork to track a bunch of paperwork.
That's right.
And there's no purpose or plan behind starting the LLC. So that just drives me a little batty, but
I know.
I do want people to start. I do not want you to have any fears about, sometimes you just need to go to Secretary of State and start the LLC yourself. However, once you start making money, it's okay to, like, if you can't afford a whole monthly arrangement with an accountant, then just get a consult. Just get like an hour consult, a 2-hour consult, but get some guidance. I love to give new business owners guidance. Like, I have a business basic strategy session, and I give them all the knowledge and nuggets that they need to successfully prepare themselves so that they're ready for taxes.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, because that was my next question I want to ask. With your business and you helping other businesses, what were some different ways? And you just kind of broke it down. So you have different packages that people can kind of subscribe to learn a little bit more, get more of that individual help.
Yes. So if you're more of a a more, I don't want to say startup, but I'll say 250K and under, then I advise that you do my strategy session first.
Okay.
And then we do monthly bookkeeping and then kind of like CFO services. There's levels to this. But what I want to say is tax and accounting goes together. I can't do good tax planning if you don't have good books and records.
Okay.
So I advise everyone to get bookkeeping. And if in my practice, if you're not yet ready, and I just want to say yet ready, then I have a company I'll refer you to. So you can have bookkeeping, and then you just come have consults with me, because I'm going to motivate you on your numbers. I'm going to motivate you to make more money, because that's all I talk about. And then I'm going to also do tax strategy all in the same call, because that's just how my brain thinks. But you have to ask for the help, because you end up paying more not doing it. I guarantee you're paying more not doing that.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now for anyone that's tuning in, if you don't have it together, if you were waiting for a sign, this is your sign. This is your sign. You know, DeAnna, before you leave me tonight, I'd love to know, do you have some things that are coming up that our business owners can get in tune with to prepare for the upcoming tax year?
I do.
Yes,
so I'm hosting a women's wealth brunch. It will be January. Let's see, what's the date? January.
Yes. Give us that date. You got to send me the link.
January 7th. It's January 7th.
Okay.
It's going to be a financial wealth summit. I'm hosting it with my two co-hosts. We are JDL Wealth Group. And so that is Latoya Jackson and Jamicia. We're co-hosting it. All three of us are Black women in financial services. So we're coming together it's insurance, real estate, and taxes, and financial goal setting. So we're going to talk about protecting your assets. We're going to talk about making the assets, creating the assets, growing the assets, and protecting the assets. Because when you get that money, you got to protect your coin too. That's why you want to make sure you seek advice. You have to protect it.
Absolutely.
You have to protect it.
Oh my goodness, a women's wealth brunch.
Oh yeah,
girl. Okay, please send me. Make sure can you send me that link after, like when you log off? Don't forget, because I'm gonna be following up with you. Like, hey, could I get that link? I think that's an amazing event, and I would love. I'll definitely share it up and just let everybody know, because we have so many. I was talking about it before I brought you on, DeAnna. I'm like, so many lady bosses out here that are really just doing their thing, and I love the fact that you all are coming together to really help the community.
Oh, yes. We're excited about it. We're very excited about it. So we're hoping to do this quarterly, but we're starting with our first one. So I'm excited. And I love a brunch. I'm a money and mimosa type of girl.
Oh, I mean, who doesn't? Look, it was the purpose in the purse for me. I'm like, yes, come all the way through. Come all the way through.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Let them know how they can follow you. And then what is the best way if they wanted to book any of your services? Go ahead and let them know.
Okay, well, if you want to book any of my services, you can text me at 312-265-2977. That's 312-265-2977. And you could schedule an appointment. My business is Grants Financial Services. So you could just Google Grants Financial Services, and there is the calendar to schedule appointment is on my website.
That is so exciting. Well, look, I'll be seeing you at the Women's Wealth Brunch.
Okay.
I have tickets going on sale yet? Are they on sale?
Yes, we're still posting it. I actually have it on Eventbrite, but we're still we get our landing pages and all those things together. But
this is going to be exciting. I love a good brunch, and then we get to handle some business and meet some people. That's going to be so exciting. And I just want to thank you for taking your time out and sharing your journey and just really educating everyone that listened in. I know I personally, those 5 points that you had, I was like, yeah, I could fine tune some things. So I think that everyone that tuned in will be able to take something from it and really just take it back to be more financially sound.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate this opportunity. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, I will be talking to you soon, and you have a good night. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
you all make sure that you go and you follow DeAnna Grant. Go and follow Grant's Financial Services, y'all. I'm telling you, she was just dropping some knowledge. If you missed out, you're gonna have to just catch the replay, baby. You're gonna have to catch the replay. I'm gonna take a quick break, and when I come back, we'll hop right into to Hate It and Love It, because guess what? My second special guest is in my virtual backstage. Yes, I'm super excited. Yeah, we talking about brands, okay? Brands with a big B, okay? Big B. Let's go. So I'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to get into it. All right.
What grows in the forest? Trees? Sure. Know what else grows in the forest? Our imagination, our sense of wonder, and our family bonds grow too. Because when we disconnect from this and connect with this, we reconnect with each other and build family memories we will carry with us forever. The forest is closer than you think. Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org. It's easy. Just put in your zip code to find family-friendly outdoor destinations near you. You'll also find guides to free activities, games, and amazing forest facts. Give the magic of the outdoors to your kids and reconnect with your family. Find a forest near you at discovertheforest.org. That's discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hey, y'all, it's your girl, MzMetchi, checking in, reminding you to shop my exclusive collection, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi, where we've got shades and everything that you need to look fly. Oh, and we also offer accessories. So ladies, put a little bit of razzle dazzle in your collection today. Be sure to shop with me and follow on social media at Lavish Looks by MzMetchi. Grab your products today at MzMetchi.com/shop. All right, y'all, it's time for Hate It and Love It. Let's get into it.
So I told y'all I was going to give y'all this Hate It and Love It real quick, okay? Real quick. If you are just tuning in with me, make sure that you are dropping those businesses in the comments. Remember, I want to connect with you, and somebody needs what you have to offer. So don't forget, drop your events, your book, baby, whatever it is, drop it in the comments. Now, I told you all early in the show, the topic for the night, I want to count down, and I want to know what's y'all top 5 Migos songs, okay? In light of the tragedy that struck this week with Takeoff from the rap group Migos. Like, y'all, I'm telling y'all, it's still kind of blowing my mind. I'm like, are you for real? Like, this is for real right now. So we're gonna talk about that. Definitely, just try to just. We got to celebrate. We got to celebrate our, our living legends. I can't even talk tonight. What is it? Is it the wine? What is it? But my love it for this week has definitely got to be the fact that we have the Fall of Fame that's going on next Friday. Okay, we're getting all dressed up. Our 1920s. We're doing Roaring 20s. Okay, it's giving sequence. It's giving all of that. I'm super excited about that. And my second love it has definitely got to be shout out to Sharonda Armstrong, my girl. She is from Go Queen. She featured myself and my friend, my sister, my business partner, Renita from Be Your Own Kind. She featured us in her magazine this week. This was the 3rd issue that came out, and we, for one, y'all. Oh my goodness, it's so crazy because when I think back on my life, never did I think that I would ever be like in like publications. You know how like you read, like I read magazines. I had a whole Vibe subscription. Don't want to tell my age, but I did. I had it, Complex, all of that. And, to have these people that they want to feature what it is that we're doing, and then to be able to do it alongside my sis, Renita from Be Your Own Kind. It was truly, truly a great way to start off the week. So shout out to Go Queen. Sharonda, keep doing your thing, sis. And then I want to just say shout out to Antoine Wright, because he's from Apex Couture and he connected all of us. I keep telling y'all that collaboration is key. If you see somebody that's doing their thing or whatever the case is, we not doing hateration and holleration in the dancery. We are lifting each other up. We're coming together. We're working together, and we are all going towards our mission. Remember, it's enough room for everybody. It can't just be you. It can't just be them. Okay, it could be all of us. And I love it when we can all get together and truly, truly make magic. And Sharonda had came on the show before, and Renita does writing for her magazine now. Like, it all comes together when we put our heads together and we truly, truly collaborate. Collaboration over competition all day. Like, that's the love it this week for sure. It's the coming together. It's the community. Okay. And I know, wait a minute, is this the Ms. Z with the T that I see? Yeah, here we go. We got another one of our partners joining. Hey, sis. She said, you doing it up. Keep glowing and growing. Sis, right back at you. And Facebook, y'all better give Z with the T her page back. Give it back. Okay. Stop holding on to her page. Stop doing my girl like that. How she gonna give us the tea if y'all ain't what? Z, they keep playing with you. Tell them stop playing with you. Okay. So that was the Hate It and Love It. But now, again, we are at that special time in the show. I'm gonna go ahead and bring on my special guest. Portia, you ready? Can I get a thumbs up? Hold on. Let's go ahead. We about to do this.
Hey, Mom.
Hey.
How you doing?
Y'all, just gorgeous.
You are so sweet. Thank you.
Portia, I gotta tell them how we met, right?
Please tell the story. It's too good not to.
I just couldn't believe it. Hold on. I want to get you right. We're gonna get all the stuff up here, baby, because they gotta know. Like, she is on the Blueprint Live tonight. Let me tell y'all about this woman. She's so dynamic. So dynamic. So Renita and I, a few weeks ago, we went to the radio station, Fluent Radio, which is not too far. And afterwards, we wanted to go and have a little bit of lunch and have some wine. And and Portia, you probably don't know this because I didn't tell you, but her and Nia were sitting right across from us, probably like diagonal. Mm-hmm. And I saw them on their computers, and I was just like this. Again, y'all know me. I love to see my Black women doing their thing. And I'm like, they doing something special over there. And Renita was in front of me, and I was talking to her, and I'm just like, I want to know what they're doing. I was like, these are some boss chicks. I have to know what they're doing. And literally, I saw you ask the waitress about something that you had on your laptop. Mm-hmm. And then I was just like this. I couldn't help it. I was like, I'm like, what do you all do? And that is how I connected with Portia.
Crazy, but I love it.
Me too. I just felt like that it was so great. And it was
organic, that's for sure.
Yeah. Hold on. I was supposed to
ordained.
It was. And we even said that. I was just like, man, and just the simple fact that all four of us, because Renita and Nia were there too, and we all doing our things, and now we coming together.
Right. And how about the fact that Renita is good friends with two of my other friends, and so it's just like. Yeah. Like you were saying before I came on, like the way that everything just really comes together, it's crazy.
Yeah. She said she is so dope. That's be your own kind. For sure. Yeah. It was great. And I love when things kind of happen organically like that. And it's just like, because y'all probably could have been looking at me like, why she keep looking over here? And I'm like, I'm curious.
You didn't even notice. We were in such a bubble and focused on what we were doing. I call it Michael Phelpson. Like when I'm in work mode, I'm in work mode. We were eating. But I was so glad that you said something because you guys were kind of seated behind us, at least the way I was facing. So I'm so glad that you said something. And now we have this amazing opportunity to chat.
It's absolutely. And I want to go ahead and just jump in. Portia, tell them a little bit about what you do, because if they haven't followed you from me sharing you all week, which I
really appreciate. Normally I would share a whole lot more, but I've actually been moving this week. So like part of my crazy lighting situation.
You look fine, girl. What?
Thank you. So what I do is I'm a brand style strategist. I started out in the fashion industry. I did about 10 years in the game of that. And from there, I became a brand ambassador for a different Black woman-owned business called The Frock Shop that did designer dress rentals before With the Runway was doing it. And she was always having like these events and like, things like that. So I would come as a brand ambassador and she would forget about the social media. So I started making recommendations like, hey, let's record this, let's do that. And then she just hired me to be her social media manager, started referring me to other people. And before I knew it, I was in branding.
Isn't it funny how you just kind of like happen to stumble into your purpose sometimes? Like you could be doing something completely different and it's just like, nope, life wants you to do this now.
But I will say, I like to think that everything that I've done up until this point has helped me become great at what I do. Because a lot of people say that they do brand strategy, but like I actually have the receipts. And
Talk about it. Talk about it.
It's not just, okay, let's teach you what to post on Instagram. It's also the fonts that you choose for your website. We talk about brand colors and things like that, but I think one of the biggest things that sets my agency, Couture Branding Suite, Couture because of the fashion, and you also get a custom experience with us. But one of the things that sets us apart is that we do what I call D2P and P2D. So that's the digital to the personal or the personal to the digital. Because you get people who can show up on social media, but then they fall flat when it's time to go to an event and be in person. They don't know how to talk to people. They don't know what to wear, but their social media and website and everything is amazing. Or you get the people who are great in person, but they don't know how to translate that to a digital space. So I help people just show up as their authentic, best, polished selves, either online or in person, or sometimes both.
Girl, look, and I message you. I'll be working with you off air as far as that's concerned.
Yeah,
I think that and I can speak for myself as a business owner. Like when I went into MzMetchi as far as the brand, I can say that I had a struggle. Like I'm a pretty bubbly person, as you can tell. I'm not shy. I'll talk to anybody. But it's, if someone was to go to my social media, even right now, they'd be like, oh, she doesn't have a whole bunch of followers. But I'm just like, I'm trying, what would you say to like that person that is kind of having that struggle in between? Like they may show up, just the two scenarios you named, like they're good in person, but maybe not online. What would you say to them as far as if they were wondering about actually hiring a professional?
Yeah, I would say one of the first things I do is like, let's talk about what your goals are. I believe in like posting with purpose, whether that's posting up at an event in person or posting on your social media. Let's do that with a purpose. I used to work for the hair care company, Thank God It's Natural, TGIN. And we can talk about that experience later. But the CEO of the company, may she rest in peace, she used to call me content snob. Because if it's not on brand and it doesn't make sense, it's not getting posted. So in order for something to make sense, you need to have your return on investment. And if you don't know what your goal is, how can you expect a return if you don't know what the measurable goal was there to begin with? So we need to understand what you want to accomplish. So if you want to get followers, my next question is always why? Are you trying to get sales? Are you just trying to extend your reach? Do you just want to get your brand in front of more people? So I kind of help people dig a little deeper, but beyond the surface level, superficial social media, because it does get a bad rep, a little bit like, oh, like you said, a lot of people will come to me and say, oh, I don't have a lot of followers. Okay, well, is that going to put money in your account?
Girl, and you know what, it's funny that you said that, because one of my business coaches, he's just like, look, if he's like, you can have a ton of followers, but he's like, if it doesn't make dollars, does it make sense? And then I look at it, I'm like, well, you know what, I may not have the tens and thousands of followers, but we were just talking about taxes before you came on, and I'm just like, I've had income from my business, so it's just like, what do you do?
Yeah, but for some people, money's not even the goal. I get people who are like, okay, I'm making sales, but I want to get my, my brand in front of other people. And so then that makes sense. Like, okay, let's put together an ad strategy or, an engagement strategy, because nobody really talks about that. Like followers are great, but like if you have 40,000 followers and you getting 14, 15 likes and nobody's commenting on your post, we need to go back to the drawing board and reevaluate.
Yeah.
Because you got people just sitting there.
Yeah. And hold on, I'm going to get into this comment really quick. Keita said, I wish more people understood that more followers doesn't equal higher success.
At all.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean,
you want engaged followers. You want supporters, like people who are going to show up for you. You know what I mean? Like when you launch that new project, when you got that new product coming out, like, is it 40,000 people that's going to actually buy in? Like I have so many people who have freebies, things that are free on their website, and nobody on their follower list has bought it. Like, let's brand you in a way where like it makes sense to people, or that sometimes they're trying to get their brand in front of people who's not their audience. Yeah. So in order to understand who your audience is, you have to, again, understand what your goal is and who you are, or how you want to be represented, I'll say, because sometimes who you are is not what people post online.
Yes. And you know what? Hold on. Keita put up another great thing. And it's funny because I was actually going to ask you this. That's why people buy followers. What would you say as a brand strategist to someone if they're like, yeah, I'm just going to buy the followers?
Don't do it. Reconsider. not worth it. It's not worth it because one, usually people can tell, and two, like you think that it's creating this aura about yourself, and it's really not. Like we need to reevaluate how you feeling about you if you think you're gonna spend your money on followers. Like invest that in a consultation with me, and I can get you together for real.
Oh, okay. Did y'all hear? Did y'all for the people that didn't hear in the back? Okay. So and you know what? And it's like, and I look at your social media, and it's so put together. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, this looks great. Like this looks great. You know, I'm sure that during your time as far as being in business that you kind of ran into people where it's like they may have a really, really, really good premise, right? But it doesn't show up. It doesn't look good, right?
Yeah.
And then you also have your business owners that like to do a lot of DIY, right? They like, oh, I'll just do it myself. You know, what would you say to those people, Porchia, as far as like, you know, the DIYers, they're like, no, I don't need no help. I'll do it myself.
I say if you want to have a go at it, I'm never going to discourage anybody from learning a new skill or trying to be good at something, but educate yourself on what you're doing. Utilize YouTube University, see what free resources are out there, and you know, just make sure you're doing it from a good place. But if you try it and it's not hitting, don't be afraid to hire a professional because content is king. Like once if you can brand yourself in a way where people know you for something specifically, that can put your name and in places that you haven't even been in. I showed up to there's an organization here locally. I think we may have talked about this, the 40 Under 40 Club, the Black Women's Professional League.
You were just honored recently.
I was honored in 2016, but I had two friends who were inducted this year. And so I went to the ceremony to go support my girls. And the host, who I love, Sarita, she came up to me and she was like, oh my gosh, I love your content. Like everything's always so dope. I have this for you. I want to do this. Like just giving me all these amazing opportunities she wanted to talk to me about. I never see her in my likes. I don't see her in my comments. And I'm not saying that in a shady way. I'm saying that you never know who is watching. So be mindful of what you put out there because you never know what opportunities might come your way. Just because I've been consistent with my content, I've projected myself in a way where somebody was attracted to that. And now my name has been spoken in places where I haven't even been because my social media was an authentic reflection of who I am.
That's amazing. Isn't it crazy? Like when you can go somewhere and it's like somebody that you literally don't know them like that at all. And they literally are just like, hey, but I know you. And I'm like, hey.
I've been out in public and people have been like, Rich Homie Porchia, because that's my Instagram handle. And I'm like, hey.
Not they called you by your Instagram handle. Girl, wait a minute.
Surprised. Yeah.
I got to take a sip on that. So, you know, I want to know, I know that you shared, a little bit of how you got like, or like some of your journey of what you've done before. But what was like that ultimate step for you where you like, you know what, I gotta make this a business. I want to help other people.
Oh man, I would say it was probably around I would say the pandemic. Around the pandemic time, I was working so hard. I mean, I think I was putting in like 12 hours a day for just like one company. And I was like, I feel like this isn't the best use of my time. I'm working hard, not smart. And so I decided to launch my own agency. And to be honest, it started off as just like social media management because that's what I was getting into. But about a few months in, I started having more brand conversations with people. So like I said before, talking to them about like font style or, like what they wear to events, all of these things. And I realized like a light bulb went off. I was pigeonholing myself to social media when the digital space is so much bigger than that. And then I also get to implement my fashion experience with branding. And it feels good to be able to, one, use all of my experiences, but two, I'm really big on using both sides of my brain. I like to think I'm just as analytical as I am creative. So it's fun to be able to, do the creative, cool content, but also come back with the measurable ROI and, the analytics to support it.
Okay. And with your history and how many people you've been able to help, I would love to know like what is a success story of a brand that you kind of worked with that you are just like this is the one, this is like the Hall of Fame. What was that for you?
I would say when I was at TGIN, I think this was my second year there. And at this point, I was co-leading the CEO's personal brand. And
Okay.
so we were having a conversation about breast cancer month coming up. And
Okay.
we were trying to just strategize on different, social media techniques, tactics, whatever. And
Yeah.
so I was like, what if we like just kind of talked about what you wish you knew before you had breast cancer? Because it's easy to go on these this campaign and talk about like how you feel now, but like
Yeah.
if this is going to be a preventative conversation, let's pitch it this way. And so
Okay.
the pitch on what I wish I knew became the thing that got us booked on ABC, CBS. We
Oh,
were on Side Hustle Pro, like
what?
ABC.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Stop. We gotta clap it up. Everybody, drop the claps in the comments. Portia, for real?
And that's what I mean. Like I do all of my consultations myself. I have a team, but I'm the first person that you meet and you speak with because God's blessed me with the ability to be able to read between the lines and hear what you're not saying. I do either face-to-face or virtual consultations. So like I can see the hesitation sometimes when somebody is reluctant to say something or, the excitement in their face and be able to, while they're speaking, I'm creating a whole strategy in my mind and being able to like really speak to the person or the business itself and be able to translate that to something that represents them online or in person.
Girl, you have blown me away. I'm blown. Okay. She said she had the receipts for y'all that didn't know. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. We walking in like how we talking over here. And just so when we think about the digital space, Portia, and just like how much it's changed and how it's kind of ever changing, for you being a strategist, like how is it a challenge to kind of keep up with how quickly the digital space does move?
Yeah, it
Okay.
is.
It's hard for me as a regular person. I'm like, you a specialist. So I'm like, it's got to be a little bit difficult.
Yeah, because I'm trying to run a business and also keep myself educated on the updates that's going on in my industry that moves at lightning speed. So I just subscribe to like Social Media Today and various publications that'll send me like a daily update. So I just implement that into my daily routine. So like after I start with my self-care and taking care of myself first, I come check my emails and I read those emails first because that might I might get an email from Instagram saying they're launching something new. So that might change the way I respond to my clients later on that day. So I just try to stay updated on what's going on. I love LinkedIn Learning. I have a premium account with LinkedIn. So I'm always seeing what new courses and things are available. And I've also just have a lot of friends in the industry. I think my friend Nia is on here. I think that's her in the comments.
She is. I look, I'm going to, it's a few comments and I would love for you to, hold on, let's see. Keita said it. I've always said it makes no sense to continue to add people if they are on the same wavelength as you.
Yeah.
Hi, pretty prosperity.
That's Nia.
Hey, Nia. She said those fake friends / followers don't engage.
No, bots not engage.
Yes. Oh, are they giving you some kudos? Look. Yes.
Thank you, Keita.
Yes. Hold on. And let's see. Hiring a professional will save you several years and make you several dollars. That's how I met Portia. Okay. Hey, Nia. Look, now Nia got to come on too now. She got to come on.
Yes, she does.
Hey, yes, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'm sorry. I told you I had some dynamic ladies for y'all tonight.
Yes.
That is it. Now, I know that you mentioned your team, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what I wanted to know from you, and I think that this would be something that's helpful for my business owners or anybody that has a brand.
Yeah.
When you think of your team, right, and like all of the different key figures that you need in place to help your brand grow, who are some of the professionals, or like, let's just go with the titles that you feel like you need to kind of have in your back pocket to be a successful brand? So like if a photographer or something like that.
Yeah. So one, you got to have a strategist, because strategy trumps everything.
That's right.
So photographer, definitely. If you're somebody who doesn't have a lot of time, maybe you want to hire a social media coordinator, somebody who can schedule all of your posts and things for you like that. Maybe you need a stylist, somebody who comes and does a closet consultation with you and gets you together from, a fashion styling standpoint. You want to make sure you have a good website, like, and links and things that work. So like, let me just give a couple of tips for people.
Drop the gems on us, Portia. Give it to us.
If your social media is not up to date, the links in your bio, please update them. Please update them, because nothing drives me crazier than like when, like how we met. I meet somebody amazing in person. We follow each other on Instagram, and then I go click on the link in your bio that's supposed to take me to your website because I want to go support you when I can't because that link is broken. Or you tell me that you do XYZ, and then I go to your Facebook and it's nowhere to be found. So consistency.
Yeah.
Across the board. I always say, like, if you have a personal brand, you can definitely show up as all parts of yourself. Okay. However, you have to understand where those parts are appropriate. So maybe there's some things you post on Instagram just to your close friends, but then when you post on your grid, you know, it might be something different. So like you can always be all of yourself, but it just needs to make sense if that makes sense.
Yeah, she said, come on, God, use Portia. Okay, yes.
God.
No, that's real. Like for me, I'm real. I will check stuff so many times, like my site, if I gotta update it or whatever.
Your stuff is good. You are so together. I was so happy and impressed with everything because you have all of your links to your various businesses, and then your link tree is active. Like everything like was cohesive and made sense. I was like, okay.
Don't make me cry. No, look, when I tell you, you know, and I don't know if other business owners experience this, but it's just like sometimes you just wonder, like, it's like, am I doing it right? Does it make sense? You know, so that means so much coming from you. Okay, look, y'all heard it from her mouth to God's ears. Okay, I love it. I love it. And you know, Portia, so you, I'm excited for you because you've got some events and some things coming up, right? Yes, let's talk. Well, first off, y'all, okay, she moved, so we're gonna congratulate.
Pardon me.
We got some wins going on this week, but I want to know about you. Okay, you okay?
Yeah.
You see, I had to take me a little sip too. I was getting a little tickly right there. I don't like that. I don't like that. But tell us about your event that's coming up. Renita and I, we shared it on our profile, but for those that don't know, let them know.
Okay, so there's this event coming up called Queen's Giving. If the title alone does not get you, let me just tell you a little bit more.
Okay.
So Queen's Giving is this annual event that my girl Danielle Portis puts on.
Okay.
It's every Saturday after Thanksgiving. So all of us queens, we come together. We have a meal. We have a breakthrough. And this year let me also just state that Danielle is a licensed therapist as well.
Okay. Oh.
So we have basically group therapy, a bomb meal. But this year we decided to add some extra elements. I won't reveal everything. It's gonna be some surprises.
Yeah. They got to get their tickets. Get your tickets.
Yes. But strategy, because so many people have events and it's great when you're there, but like, how do you follow up with that in your day to day? So it's good to show up to something and have this beautiful life-changing experience, meet all these amazing people, but then they just become faces on your Facebook timeline later. But like there's a group for everybody that joins. And so like we all stay connected there. And like I said, she has an amazing strategy to keep everyone connected and on the path to continued healing and queendom after the event. It's going to be really beautiful, guys.
And you know, I love to hear that because I'll tell you what, Portia, I had it was a topic on the show not too long ago, and we were just, it was some months back, but we were talking about how when you go to those empowerment events, you don't really feel too empowered afterwards. You know,
sometimes the people who put them on are not nice. Like, how you empowering and you're really a mean girl.
Yeah. Oh, hold on, sip number 2. Ma'am. Look, you said it, but it's the truth. And I mean, for me, I've been in business for I was coming up on 4 years, and so naturally, I've been to my fair share of events where I'm just like, you know, you can tell the vibe when you kind of walk in. So I'm really excited to hear about Queen's Giving and to, you know, to hear the premise of it, because I feel like we need to have more of that to really foster those long-term relationships and for them to be authentic. You know,
that part, long term, that's the key word right there, because you go to these events and whether you have a good time or not, it ends up being a one-day experience. And like we need community. Community is so important. Black women, we're the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs, and we're also some of the strongest people and independent people. And it's important for us to know that we don't have to do this by ourselves.
That's right.
Like, we all have various gifts and we can support each other. You know what I mean? So like coming together, I want to tell a quick story from last year's Queensgiving.
Yeah, please do.
One of the ladies who attended, she was talking about some domestic situation with like her child's father, her child. And girl, it was a lawyer in the room. It was somebody else who had just went through a similar situation.
Yeah.
I tell you, they resourced that sister up, and then she came back a few days later with a testimony. Like when we come together, so much power is like just tripled, quadrupled, because we naturally are nurturers. So like if we can start nurturing ourselves within our community, I think we could really be unstoppable.
I agree. I don't know. For me, when I see people that are doing dope stuff, sometimes it's hard for me to kind of understand women that, or men or whomever, that they look at another person and they're just like instantly, like they just go into like hateration. Like I'm like, how can you see someone that's so dope, that's so dynamic, and that is the first thing that pops in your mind, is to not want to support and not want to uplift them. It's just, that's weird energy to me. It's so weird.
But you know what it is? It's envy and it's insecurity. And people start to project that in either false support and wanting to be close to that person so they could be attached to that person's success because they don't think that they can have their own, or they become a hater, like you said. Where it's like you can never really be happy for that person because you don't think that you can accomplish what they're accomplishing. But I can say, like, we all have had our envious moments, but there's never been a time where I've like wanted or coveted something that somebody else had, and never like been like, ooh, I really wish I had that. I've always been like, thank you, God, that you had something specific for me that looked like this, that aligned with what you had for my entire purpose. Because you're only seeing a snippet of what's going on in that person's life, and you don't know what it took to get there. Because I'm pretty sure you worked really hard to get to where you are today.
I did. Girl, look, it'll be if I started this platform 4 years ago, and I kid you not, Portia, like now I have thousands of people that listen to it. I'm syndicated. I got a lot of
come on with the link.
I'm putting that right on there. I've got all of those different things going on, but it was just like, and I've had some people along the way that will look at it and they're just like, oh, she thinks she did. And I'm just like, no, you don't know the tears I've cried, the things that I've been through, the
Uh-oh.
idea. Y'all back? Hold on, it's coming back. Not sure what's going on here.
I'm back.
Hey, that ain't nothing but the devil trying to get in on our conversation while we trying to uplift and inspire right now. Not today.
Because you were saying how you got started, and I was like, what happened?
So I did all those things, and it's just like it's hard sometimes for the support. It's just so many different things that we go through. So it's like you can't look at somebody else's journey. Whatever God has for you, He has it for you.
Yeah, and I'll admit it can be easier to say that than to do that. But I do this thing that I call a record of right. In the Bible, in 1 Corinthians, it talks about what love is, and it says love does not keep a record of wrong. So in order to love myself, I keep a record of right. And that could be times where God came through for me and I didn't know how it was going to happen. That could be little wins, big wins, anything. So if I start to feel, or I'll say experience, imposter syndrome, then I go look at my record of right, and like that's my personal list of like my life. And so like when you have that, it helps you not compare yourself to what other people are doing.
That's right. Okay, y'all, now if y'all listening in and you got some things on your heart, y'all better release it tonight. For sure. Now, Portia, you, like I've been saying it, and and I truly mean it. You really, really are so dynamic, and I just want to know, like, has there been anything that you haven't touched that you're looking to go into?
Oh, you getting in my Kool-Aid now?
I don't know. Look, I don't know nothing. I'm just asking.
I think you definitely tapping in. Absolutely. So I'm in the process of writing this book
Okay.
because
Oh.
girl has a story. Like when I tell people just a snippet of some of the things, even if I was just to tell you about what has happened to me in the last few months,
Yeah.
people are usually blown away and like I had no idea.
Yeah.
So people always tell me you don't look like what you've been through. So I'm
Yeah.
working on this book called Style by Grace because God's grace is the only way that I've been able to get through everything, and He has kept me
That's right.
through it all. And my fashion and my style has often been a reflection of what I'm going through, like so many of us.
Yeah.
And so this book is going to be great. I don't know when it's going to be done. I'm hoping that
Okay.
it'll be out 2023, but that's something that I'm working on.
That is so exciting. Now you know you got to come back once you release it, right?
Oh my gosh, I would love to, please.
Yeah. And then my girl Keita. So Keita, who's been tuning in with us, she actually has a book club.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, like she's got a book club, and I want to put this information back up for those that are just tuning in because you got to get
Yes.
Queensgiving, and you're one of the hosts.
I'm the host. I'm
Yes.
the host.
Yes.
So yeah, it's gonna be really great. We have a panel of amazing women, and like I said, Danielle, the founder of Rose Gold Crowns, which is the organization that puts on Queensgiving. She's
Okay.
so talented and so wise and so smart, and also my personal like therapist. So like I'm excited. It's gonna be really, really great. So come get your crowns.
Right, that's right. And look, and yeah, and if you all didn't catch it, yes, we did just get an exclusive here at the Blueprint Live. You got to, look, we calling it out. That book is gonna be ready to go.
Yes, y'all did. I haven't shared that with anybody else except for a couple of my close friends.
Well, look, here at the Blueprint Live, we gonna keep it all together, and then we gonna share it up when you release the details. So I can't wait. I can't wait.
Support in this community.
Of course. And then one thing with me, and I'll tell everybody, I'm like, when I say I wish you much continued success, I'm like, we're gonna be a part of it. We're gonna share what sharing. I tell people sharing something is free. It costs you nothing. Okay. So you will always have our support. And I'm gonna see you at the event because we gotta, we gotta keep now that we know each other.
And maybe we all can go back to Cooper's Hawk and have a glass of wine.
I agree. Yes, but I'll nominate one of my bottles. Okay. But they do want to know if you could just give us your social media, how they can follow you, and also how they can book your services.
Yeah, so if you go to my Instagram, you can book services on there. Just send me a DM either way. Thank you. Got my Facebook on there. That's my Facebook.
Yeah. Look, we got the Instagram scrolling too.
Yeah, the Instagram is scrolling. It's rich_homie_Porchea.
Yes. And y'all make sure y'all spell it correctly. Okay.
Yes. Hit me up. I'll be checking my messages tonight because I definitely want to connect with all of you.
Yes. And I mean, for those that if you are needing some help as far as getting your brand together, you're needing some style stuff. Now see, Porchea, what you don't even know is that I've already put it into the atmosphere that for me for 2023, I'm gonna be at somebody's BET Awards, baby.
Yes.
I'm gonna be at a major event doing the red carpet. I want you to style me. So we saying it right here.
I would love to. Like I said, that was like my first love. That's what connected me to doing the branding. And like, I love style. I love fashion. Yeah, we're gonna claim it.
They said, "Come on, BET Awards." Yes, come on.
Going
for real.
Essence Fest. We gonna be everywhere.
Let's go. What is not okay? So clearly, Porchea and I have to talk offline. We have to talk offline. But I just want to say thank you so much for taking your time. You know, I know you said you had a busy week, so I appreciate you taking some time to come on and talk.
I wasn't gonna miss this for the world. I was so looking forward to this, and I could stay here forever. Thank y'all so much.
Absolutely. You won't have to come back and do.
Thank you for following Keita. I'll follow you back.
Yes. Give me Miss Keita LaShawn. She said BET Awards Essence. Where y'all at?
You know what? We're gonna work together. We're gonna put together a pitch for them, and we're gonna get you on.
Girl, y'all, blessings. It's blessings bestowed all around. Okay, but Porchea, success to you, and you go and enjoy your new house, girl.
Thank you. I'll catch y'all on next time.
All right, talk to you next time. Bye, y'all. What did I tell y'all tonight? I told y'all we was gonna go crazy with the guests. Okay, Porchea, y'all make sure y'all get with her. I'm telling y'all,
her and even Nia, they were in the comments. So sweet. Boss chicks, okay? Like we talking about like had it together, got it together, gonna continue to keep having it together, and they are helping other people with their businesses. So, oh my goodness, that just really warmed my heart. The fact that she spent some time with us today. I'm gonna go ahead real quick and take a break. When I come back, we got tonight's What Would You Do? And we back with the craziness this week. We back to it. So I'll be right.
The Black Dollar Days initiative has officially kicked off. Make sure that you join founder Faye Porter in her mission in uplifting the Black community. You can join by registering your business or just replying that you're in and you're ready to be in on this initiative. Okay? Visit theblackdollardays.com and do what you need to do to be a part of this. Be a part of the change that you want to see. Make sure that you follow them on all social media and let them know that the Blueprint Media Company sent you.
I was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean when it happened. There was a sudden jolt and our submarine crashed on the seafloor. We were in total darkness.
That's Dr. DeAnna Figueroa, a marine biologist and STEM teacher, talking about a deep sea dive she'll never forget.
It's funny, when I was a kid, I was afraid of the ocean, and there I was, 2 miles below the surface. But as a scientist, you prepare for that. Using our training and a little creativity, we fixed the sub and finished our experiments. The dive was just too important. Every dive gives us glimpses at things few people ever get to see. Glowing creatures, fiery undersea volcanoes. When we got back to the surface, I kissed the ground and called my mom, of course. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that dive for anything.
Dr. Figueroa uses her passion for STEM to discover new things and make the world a better place. She can STEM, so can you. Check out She Can STEM for more stories and inspiration. A message from the
Hey, y'all, welcome back to the Blueprint Live. You know what? Y'all, tonight's show was on fire. Y'all make sure y'all go and follow Porchea, okay? Rich_homie_Porchea. And y'all make sure y'all follow DeAnna Grant. She is the tax boss lady. Let's go ahead and get into the What Would You Do?
Let's get into today's What Would You Do? Where we're talking about real situations with real people and offering real solutions.
Y'all, this one was a little bit deep, and this was a little bit deep. And we gonna go there tonight. Let's go ahead and do it. Let me go ahead and get all this stuff up here. Let's go. Whew. Last night, my husband told me that he doesn't want to have children. He cried and told me that he's known for sure for a while, but didn't know how to tell me because he knows how important it is to me. We've been together for 9 years, married for 2, and although he's been depressed for the past year, I thought things were on track. He said many times that it wasn't a good time for a baby or that it made him nervous, but never that he did not want them at all. I'm devastated. I cried and raged and called him a liar. He says he's been lying to himself all this time. I cried myself to sleep and he got up early and went to work without waking me. I'm 37 years old. I feel strongly about having a baby very soon. The thought of never having one breaks my heart. But so does leaving my marriage. I love my husband so much, I would move mountains for him. And I'm so angry and sad. Is there any way to move forward? I simultaneously want to hold on to him and punch him right now. And I don't know what to do or how to feel. What would you do? Jesus, Lord. Oh my goodness. Hold on. I want to get into these comments real quick. Hi, Kenneth. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yes, shout out to Porchea. She is dope. I told y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. She said, excellent show. Wow, that's hard. Yes. Hey, of course. No, thank you. Thank you so much for coming on. Yes, this situation is very difficult as far as this. What would you do? I mean, what do we say every week? What do we say every week with the what would you do, y'all? I'll give it to you one more time. Communication is key, right? And it's like this situation is difficult because it seems as if there has been constant communication, okay, where she's talking about expanding their family and doing those things. And I mean, I can even speak from the perspective of myself. I've been, in my relationship for 11 years. I'm trying, and all of those other things. And I know that I would be completely devastated if at this point Anthony's just like, yeah, I'm gonna pass on that. All right, I'm gonna head out. It's like, no, you can't SpongeBob me, baby. Come back. Come back. When you're with somebody and you have a long-term relationship, naturally things are going to change for that person, their views, their different way of looking at life, their needs, wants, and desires, right? But this is something that you cannot play with when it comes to women, when it comes to us, as far as like, if you got somebody and it's like, they want to have kids, if you don't want to have kids, you probably need to leave sis alone. Leave sis alone. Let her go out here and let her eggs be fertilized, okay? Because what? 9 years? For one, she has every right to be upset at this point. Every right. You don't waste our time, Men can have children into their old ages. They could be 62 and pumping out dust and they could make a baby, right? Women don't have that same luxury. So in this situation, I mean, oh my goodness. Let me get into these comments. She said, I just had this thought. Things change as the years change. But geez, that would be hard. Yeah, I agree. It's like, how do you not recognize that at year 2, year 3? How do you walk down the aisle and deep down in your heart, you don't want to give this person something that this is a life goal of theirs, and having children is not something that everybody wants to do. It's not something that everybody aspires to. But for those that do, you have to be with somebody that's going to respect that need, that want, and that desire in the relationship. The reality of the situation is that with her being 37 years old, and this is not to come at anybody, because again, I'm in my 30s too. I'm in my 30s. I'm gonna have to leave, baby. Bye. Love you. I love you. I love you. But I also would love to leave a legacy. It's a difference if you're trying and you can't. That's a heck of a lot more easier for you to digest than the fact that you're with someone, you've been with them long terms, you told them what you need to do, what you would like to do as far as expanding your family with them, and then they led you on for 9 years. Essentially, let's talk about it. He's taken away those years. Okay, he took away those years from her where she could have actually been able to conceive with somebody that was ready to have a baby with her. Come on now. How do you meet her when she's in her she's in her 20s and she's probably in her prime, and then you waste her time for 9 years? What a douchebag. Let me get into these comments. Auntie Tracy said, or say that in the door. Baby, the door. You got to go. If you walk out that door, don't come back no more. Okay? Hear me clearly. You just wasted my time for 9 years. Get to stepping. Keita said, I don't think that's a sacrifice a woman should be put in a position to make. Her biological clock is ticking, and if she wants children, yet he doesn't, she should move forward. Correct. Without him. Bye. Because how you gonna hold me back from my thing? And you know what I'm saying? And then this is also another thing because that she did mention, and I feel like is noteworthy. She said that we've been together for 9 years, married for 2, and although he's been depressed for the past year, she did put in parentheses difficult career stuff happening for him. I wonder if maybe if he's feeling some inadequacies because he is going through something as far as in his professional life. You do have some people that although they're married or they have different things going on, that they are still very career oriented. And when they're not succeeding in that part of their life, it translates to their personal life, right? So as a spouse, because it's a little bit different. And I know that like my people, I don't want to, offend anybody that may not be married, but they may also be in a long-term relationship, because those relationships are important too. And all of them are significant, right? But when you think about when you go initially into your marriage, right? Your marriage that you want to last for until the end of time. Do you leave your spouse when they're down and out? Do you try to explore maybe helping them as far as their mental and emotional health to bring them up to speed? Because maybe if he didn't feel so bad about other things, he would feel a little bit more enthused about this. It's really, really a tough position. It's a tough position. Now, I can't say it's a tough position for me because I can tell y'all right now, and I would come on the show and I would tell y'all to y'all face, okay? If Anthony ever came and said that to me, I'm like, baby, after 11 years I got with you when I was 23, I'm 34 now, and now is when you tell me that you don't want to do that? Get to stepping. You got to go. Love you to death. Love you to death. But you got to go. Okay? And if anyone would ask me, hey, you know what? Our life just took two different paths. And that's okay. It's okay if your goals or the things that you wanted initially in your relationship, if that no longer makes sense for your life, right? It's okay if that's the case. I tell people, you can't fault people for living in their truth. We talk about it on the show all the time about living in your truth. And part of doing that, it is having those difficult conversations. So I applaud him for not wasting her time any further. But he could have saved her a lot of heartbreak by saying something sooner or being honest with himself, which would have allowed him to be honest with her, right? Because I don't think it sounds like as sad as this has made her, she wouldn't have walked down the aisle to him. You don't even want to give her a baby. That's something that's a goal of hers. So why do you think that she would stay in that relationship? It comes down to a lot of the times that men and women want to keep you in their corner because they know you good people, right? They know you good people. She come from fine stock. She's cut from the finest cloth. They will keep you in their corner and use you up, baby. Okay? It could be your money. It could be your sex. It could be whatever it is. They will keep on holding on to you. And it's hindering you in the process. I'm an advocate of choose yourself. Even if you are married, there does come a time in certain marriages where you grow apart. Okay? And you can't force it. Like they ain't even got no kids in the situation. They ain't say we stand for the kids. Y'all don't have that. Baby, he will be on the first thing smoking up out the dough. Do you hear me? They calling for hall passes out here in the comments. Not a hall pass. Okay, yeah, 39. Yeah. And I can't see the Facebook user. Hold on. Drop your name for me. But yeah, once you get to a certain age, like Keita said, our clock is ticking. You cannot play games with us. Like men could go off and they could be older and they could have kids. It's not that easy for us. It's not, and I mean, even me, hell, I went to the doctor this year. Of course, it's, you go for your checkup. You should be going for your annual checkups. And, they, of course, now I'm getting a little bit older. They're starting to ask me those questions and, and different things. So, hey, like, what's going on, sis? Like, so you're 34 now. They say for us after 35, they like, hey, you might want to get some speed on it. And I'm like, hey, I'm trying. Trust me, I am trying. I'm enjoying the process of trying. But it's just like, oh my gosh. Hey, Nia. Okay, that was you that said that. Thank you so much, girl. I don't know why it's not showing you. Y'all better show my friend Nia. Okay, she fine. Show up. But yeah, you get to the point where they're having these conversations as you get older, and they're just like this. Hey, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? And I'm like, I'm on Amazon trying to figure out if I can get some ovulation tests. I'm trying. You cannot play with women like that. You cannot play with us. So, girl, you saying what should you do in this situation? I ain't saying leave him, but what I'm saying is this: he is going to have to. There's no, unfortunately, with this situation, there's not even a middle ground. You gonna get me pregnant or nah? You want to still be in a marriage if I get a donor or nah? You got some sperm from somebody else you can offer up, I mean, it's no common ground as far as that's concerned. So he either has to meet you halfway or you have to move on. Gone are the days that we just sit and we just allow for the cards to just be dealt to us and then we don't do anything about it. Girl, Get up out that situation. And he been lying. So it's just like, baby, get you together. I'm gonna go off and have this baby. And if we circle the block, we circle the block. If we don't, we don't. It's just that simple for me. I don't know. Keita said, yes, don't make the choice for me. The clock is ticking. Yes. I mean, she said, show me. Yes, show her. Show Nia. Facebook free Nia. Okay, not Nia. Mia, it's free Nia. Put her picture on there right now. We want to see my girl, okay? Let's see. Tiffany said my coworker was a twin and her mother had them at 52. And yes. And even now, like my sister tells me all the time, she's like, sister, don't be concerned. Like, like it's gonna happen. Yeah, and anybody that know my sister, y'all know she's like, it's gonna happen, Misha. Like, it's gonna happen. I mean, women are older having children, now or whatever the case is. But for me, like, I want to be around for my children and stuff. I want to run around with them. We going to the park, play a little heart out. You want to do it at a certain time. And it's just like when you have a goal, you want to meet that goal. And if you are with somebody that's not going to be an advocate for that and they're not going to meet you halfway, my vote is to vote that man off the island, period. I'm sorry. Either that or you're going to have to be comfortable with some other arrangements. You don't want to be the daddy or whatever the case is. I can't even be with you if you're not my whole husband and you're not even trying to be my child's father. Make it make sense. It's not making sense to the public. Auntie Tracy said she probably don't have any health issues because at 52, yeah, oh girl, I want to know what her regimen is. But needless to say, that was a nice. What would you do? It seems like that we're all on the same page, that they are just not aligning right now, and she may need to look at some other options. And it's devastating. Like, it's, for one, marriage is hard. Marriage is difficult, and it's also difficult because she mentioned that her husband was depressed. It's difficult when you are dealing with your partner and they're having some challenges in their own personal life, and some of those things bleed over into the marriage or into the relationship. It's very difficult, but there are certain things that we like to call those, unfortunately, deal breakers. And it seems like that this is certainly a deal breaker in the situation. And it doesn't mean that he's a bad person because he doesn't want children. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person because you want it and, you want to do it with him or without him. It doesn't. It just means that you all are no longer moving parallel with one another. Things are different. And sometimes we have to accept those shifts in life, as difficult as they may be. So that's what I would probably do if it was me. Me personally, I would have to respectfully and amicably chuck the deuces to that situation. I would. Tiffany said it's so unfortunate, but she needs to find someone that will align to her wants and needs. Nia said, right, that's the hard part. Do you just leave when mental health or health starts to play a part? Food for thought. Yeah. I mean, I can say that, even just in my own relationship, like my husband and I, one thing I love about us, we started off as friends. So even if there's like times where we have moments of strife, we're still friends at the end of the day. Like we look out for each other. And we have had to have some very difficult conversations over the years where it may have revealed some differences as far as, life goals or different things, and part of that as a couple is coming together and kind of having the meeting of the minds and figuring out what's the best situation for you and your significant other. You can't do it off societal norms. If it was societal norms, I would have been pregnant right after, you know what I'm saying, I got married. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we would have went off societal things, I should have got popped off that night, according to family and friends and everybody that, be all up in the business trying to figure out what's going on with my little situation. That'd be the first thing people ask. Oh, why you haven't did this? I'm like, you don't know my walk. You don't know my struggle, but my husband does, right? Because I'm talking to him. That's who I'm concerned with. I'm not starting a family with you. So don't be worried about what's going on with my expansion. What's going on with your expansion? Y'all, we'll have... Renita and I gonna be talking about that soon as far as that's concerned on Sis Glow Up. So y'all be on the lookout for that because y'all wouldn't even believe it. Now I start getting spicy with people. They be asking me stuff. I'm like, look, mind your business. Mind your business. Get it together. She said, oh, dope. Love that. Yes. Me too. I love it. Tiffany said, you don't want to have anyone diminish. Like energy vampires are real. Absolutely. yeah, it's just y'all. This like I said, this was a tough situation, and you know, even for me, it was just this not my situation by a long shot, but it's like it was triggering because I'm like, you know, I'm 34. I still be trying to tell people I'm 33. I'm really 34 though, and you know, naturally as time is going by, of course, as a woman, let's have a real moment here. Of course, I'm concerned about the fact that I, you know, am not a mom now. Anybody that's at this age, if you know, if it hasn't crossed your mind at least once, you know, are you being for real? Like, if you want to have children, I'm speaking to my women that want to. So to be with somebody for so long and they lead you on like that, it couldn't be me. It couldn't be me. So I'm going to leave that at that. We're going to take a quick break. Make sure while we're on break that you go ahead and drop your businesses in the comments. Okay. Remember, I want to connect with you. Somebody needs what you have to offer. So go ahead and do that. When I come back, we got what's happening, what's up. And then we're getting into tonight's topic of what is the top 5 Migos songs. Okay. We celebrating Takeoff tonight. I don't care. Okay. All my bad and bougies, get in the comments. We'll be right back.
I'm 54, so basically, it's too late to start saving for retirement, right?
Not right. Starting to save, even in your 50s, can really make a difference.
Well, right now, saving seems hard to wrap my head around. Plus, with the way this year's been going...
Hey, listen, it's okay. You still got this. Just go to aceyourretirement.org. It's an online tool from AARP that can help you get your retirement savings on track no matter your age. It's free and only takes about 3 minutes.
I like 3 minutes.
Yeah, at aceyourretirement.org, you'll chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach. Just answer a few questions and you'll get a personalized plan and tips to help boost your retirement savings. Tips that are easy to understand and tailored to your lifestyle.
I like that too.
Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back. Just head to aceyourretirement.org and make your plan to start saving for retirement.
Thanks.
That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
And now, introducing one of the newest BossFluent creations, Lady. Lady is a women's fragrance that will leave men mesmerized and have you feeling beyond amazing. Its sweet and soft aroma will bring out your inner divine feminine and keep him wanting more, over and over again. Lady, a BossFluent product coming soon. Make sure you check out our fragrances and much more online at www.bossfluentent.com. Time to get into what's happening and what's up in these streets. Let's get it.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to the Blueprint Live. It's your girl, MzMetchi. If you haven't already, make sure that you're following the Blueprint Media Company everywhere, okay? Make sure you're following it. Just type in at the BP Media Code and we'll pop right up, okay? Let's go ahead and get into tonight's what's happening, what's up. Lots of things going on out here in the streets. So let me tell y'all about this story. This is coming from a town in Oregon, okay? Y'all, the mayor, let me tell y'all what the mayor did on Halloween. Officers booked Rufus Mayor Doan Jones into Northern Oregon Regional Corrections Facility on multiple charges, including attempted murder and 4 counts of first-degree attempted assault, okay? He fired multiple rounds at a vehicle carrying a family of 4 during a road rage altercation on Halloween, y'all. The mayor, not just your regular citizen, not just your local thug or hoodlum. This was the mayor, y'all. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wait a minute. Not the mayor done chased down a family of 4, y'all, on the highway. Then pulled the guns out. Okay? It was 2 adults and 2 children, 8 and 5, that were in the vehicle. Now, thank God, no one was hurt, okay? But that man is sitting in the correctional facility and he is the mayor. Okay, I could not believe that story when I read it. I'm just like, these people are super wild out here. So, y'all, if somebody want to cut you off or act crazy on the road, it's all about getting home safe at the end of the night. Because I mean, clearly your local mayor could he gonna run it up with you if it get too crazy out on the road. Clearly, and y'all know what he was. Tiffany said the mayor. Oh my Lord. Yes, that's what I said. She's calling for his resignation. Tiffany said he needs to resign immediately. Sis, and he was one of us. I'm gonna just leave that there. All right. Next up, so you all know Black Panther. So they have McDonald's is partnering with Black Panther Wakanda Forever at participating restaurants. They're gonna have a Happy Meal. Okay, so it's basically gonna be the Black Panther box with the McDonald arches, and I'm just like, it's so cool. They're gonna have about 10 toys that they're featuring for all the kids, and I'm just like, I might need to go and be a kid real quick. I'm gonna go get a Happy Meal because you know what? I'll be trying to eat just a little bit. Y'all know MzMetchi on her health journey, just a little bit. So I might have to go get me a Happy Meal and get one of the toys. Judge your mama, judge your people. Don't judge me, okay? I'm just here to let y'all know. So y'all make sure y'all go and take the little ones to McDonald's and get them a little Happy Meal. Don't be feeding them McDonald's all the time. MzMetchi is not advocating for that. But go and get them the Black Panther box, because how cool is that, right? How cool is that? McDonald's, they've been doing it up. They even got the Happy Meal for adults, okay? It's real. Now, this topic, you all probably, I'm just going to say it. Dwayne Wade. Let's go. Let's get into it. Dwayne Wade's ex-wife accuses him of pressuring their trans daughter Zaya to change gender for his own financial gain. Okay. Yeah. So you all know with Dwayne Wade's daughter Zaya, and even the situation with his ex-wife, it's always been turbulent. He's now with Gabrielle Union and they have their beautiful family. They've got a lot of things going on, but Zaya recently made her transition. She's changed her pronouns. She's, now, a young lady. And the mother is basically trying to stop it because they want to go and she wants to transition completely, meaning having the surgery and doing those things. And the mother is trying to basically halt that process with the courts to say, hey, don't do this process until, Zaya is of age and can decide for herself. That, Zaya is still a very young girl. So she's not old enough or of age. And Dwayne Wade is basically like, look, girl, we shared this with you as a courtesy. Okay. Dwayne Wade's like, we shared this with you as a courtesy. We did not have to tell you. We did not have to run anything past you, even though Zaya, that's Zaya's mother. That's it, that family, they're a little bit different, and she's, trying to say that Dwayne Wade is going to end up getting a deal from Disney and he's going to get all of these payouts as a result of, Zaya coming out and transitioning and all of these different deals that are on the table. And I mean, you know what? There's always three sides to the truth, right? Their side, your side, and then the actual truth. And it's just one of those things where, it's very unfortunate because, she birthed Zaya into the world. So it's like, she should have, some type of influence on things. And, I can't say what I would do if I was in that situation. I don't have children and I don't have children that are transitioning, or they have a different lifestyle. So that's a difficult situation for everyone. And it's just, ever since Dwayne Wade and his ex-wife broke up, she has just been completely like disregarded and as the parent. And that's so unfortunate to see play out in the news. I really hope that they can get that together, okay? Because that's what's happening and that's what's up. Let's see. Tiffany said, I believe Gabrielle pushed the agenda. Zaya should have been allowed to be a kid. And, from what they're saying, Tiffany, Zaya, she was the one that was advocating for herself in terms of like, hey, I want to do this, this is what I would like to be addressed as this, and Dwayne Wade acknowledged that as far as that, Zaya seemed to have known that something was different at the earliest age of 3, and it's, and it's different. I will say that with Dwayne Wade, I applaud the way that, if this is what she genuinely wants, that they do, that they support her as best as possible. Because I think that that's hard for, any parent. And then when you think about within the Black community, there's so many stigmas with the LGBTQ community, you know, and it's just so many things that they're fighting to overcome. So as a family, you know, I can't say to who pushed it or who didn't, but they at least seem super supportive. And I think that, you know, it's a model for other families that may have family members that are too going through some of those changes and some of those things that Zaya is going through. So, you know, Keita said, while I can understand the biological mom's concern, I don't see Dwayne and Gabrielle doing this for financial gain. However, Gabrielle should respect the mom either way. Right. Gabrielle definitely has more influence than the mom. Totally has it. Totally has it. Let's see. So this story was kind of crazy and super unfortunate. So a Milwaukee woman was murdered by two men after allegedly informing one of their wives that she was having an affair with the woman's husband. Kania Brunson, 20, was reportedly killed by Sultan Sharif and Johnny Allen Hapgood after she informed Sharif's wife that she was in a relationship with the suspect, according to CBS 58 out in Milwaukee. Super unfortunate situation, right? Like you know, I mean, she told on what they were doing, and he came after her with another man. And you know, luckily they said in the story that another neighbor saw the attack when it happened and when it took place. So I just, you know, it's a sad situation. I mean, she was 20. That when they showed the picture of the guys, these men were older, you know, they were older, and it's like 20 years old. She probably thought, you know, like, oh, it's not going to be anything. She tells the wife, like, I'm dealing with your husband. And then they're just like, we're coming after that. Then check this out. The wife lies for the husband. She gave an alibi and said that, you know, oh, my husband was with me. He was with me. We were watching television. So now she's about to go down along with that situation, because she tried to cover for her husband, who clearly was identified as the person that had attacked Kania Brunson. Okay. You got to understand that whatever you do always comes to the light. Okay. It doesn't matter what spiritual background you follow, whatever, that is a known fact in life. Okay. Whatever you doing, your dirt that you think you doing and don't nobody know, somebody knows. Okay. But you can't go around and just murder people as a result because you got revealed. Okay. Your situation got put on blast. Absolutely not. Let me get into these comments. Tiffany said, I'm not against anyone living their truth. I understand that wholeheartedly. She wanted to be accepted for how she identified herself. So if you're just tuning in, Tiffany is talking about the situation with Dwayne Wade and Zaya and Zaya's mother. Yes, Tiffany. Yeah, the situation with Kania Brunson was super unfortunate. Super, super unfortunate. She said she didn't want to be the side chick anymore. Clearly. The whole situation was just messed up and super unfortunate. Lots of tragedy with that situation. So you know, y'all boy Kanye West, he's back acting up. He reportedly paid a settlement to a former employee who alleged that he used anti-Semitic language in the workplace. Okay. Ryder Ripps, he's a conceptual artist who worked with Kanye on and off from 2014 to 18. He said that he recalled multiple times where Ye spoke positively about Hitler and the Nazis. He mentioned anti-Jewish conspiracies during their meetings in that summer and fall of 2018. Now, Ripps he's Jewish, and he said that when he pushed back against Ye's comments, Kanye West, you know, he said it didn't seem that it was that dangerous. But after his most recent wave of statements, he says that he's seeing things differently. Okay. We got to continue to pray for Kanye West. You know, I told y'all I ain't gonna give him too much more attention, but it's just like he is at a place right now where he is paying the piper. And those that know, they know. Okay, he's paying the piper due to, you know, some of those things. You can't get out here in the atmosphere and in the industry that they're in, and unfortunately say different things. It'll get you canceled real quick. So we just gonna continue to keeping that man uplifted and keep it moving. You know, speaking of somebody else that be getting away with stuff, this one bothers me. And then my girl Kim was listening in. This was her boo, but even she had to leave him alone. Trey Songz's rape civil case was dismissed after the statute of limitations expired on all of those allegations. Okay. Now, y'all know Trey Songz over the last few years, he has stayed in the news for some violations when it came to the ladies. He wasn't keeping his hands to himself and doing different things allegedly. Very unfortunate for the victims. Very unfortunate that the statute of limitations, they now can no longer do anything. They had to dismiss it out of court. Man, I tell you this, and this is nothing against Trey Songz, but it's just one of those things. You know, when you hear something so many times, you got to start taking a look at things. And with Trey Songz, I mean, you know, you figure he's Trey Songz, baby. He could pull anybody that he wanted to. If he walk up to you, you be like, whoa. He snatched his whole do-rag off his head. Okay. He was so in love. He was so heartbroken. He like, I got to take it off. Okay. And they didn't believe Keke Palmer. I'm going to say that until the end of time because they didn't believe her. They didn't believe my good sis when she was telling y'all that he had made her feel uncomfortable and she was hiding in that man's closet. Y'all did not believe that woman when she said that. But y'all believe in her when everybody else is coming out. Okay. I'm just going to say that. Tiffany said, Trey Songz was my second husband a long time ago until recently. Yeah, it's just like, I mean, you can't listen to Panty Droppers the same way. It's just like, did she drop him or was you trying to take him? I don't know. Tiffany said this may be another R. Kelly situation. In terms of the outcome, it certainly seems that way. Now, I'm about to tell y'all something else that's going to blow y'all mind. Check this out. And you can go and fact check this, okay? Because it's true. Did you all know that the White Lives Matters trademark is owned by 2 black men? I'm going to say it one more time for those that didn't hear. The White Lives Matters trademark is owned by 2 black men. Let it process. Let it process. Let it process. Let it process. 2 black men own the trademark to White Lives Matter, but it's not what you think. They do have the trademark for it because the trademark was up, right? They've got it. They've got it. And they have had several bids of people that want to buy it from them. And they're basically going to sell it to the highest bidder and then give back to all black organizations like the NAACP, Push Coalition, all of these different organizations that benefit black people. They're not going to sell the White Lives Matter trademark until then. Hold on, Tiffany. Wait, she provided a perspective. She said that's why Ye is promoting it. That's a different perspective. That's a different perspective. Y'all, I couldn't believe it. When I saw it, I was like, oh, I'm like, what's going on over here? 2 black, white, oh, okay. I'm going to keep it moving. Y'all boy Elon Musk is on something. He's trying to charge $20 a month for you to get verified on Twitter. I'm like, baby, it's never that serious. I go on here to tweet about Married at First Sight and talk with my friends from time to time. Yeah. Wait, Tiffany said he doesn't do things in syndication. Yeah, we gonna have to talk about that. She said he's all over the place. Yeah, he is all over the place. He's absolutely crazy. So yeah, Elon Musk is tripping. So that's the latest news. Okay, so if you trying to get verified and you willing to pay a $20 subscription every month, be my guest. California, a man was released on Friday, October 18th, after serving nearly 40 years for a crime he did not commit. He spent that time behind bars from 1983 murder and 2 attempted murders, but he's been released in the prison after long untested DNA evidence pointed to a different person, the Los Angeles County District Attorney said on Friday. Okay. The conviction of Maurice Hastings, 69, and a life sentence were vacated during the October 20th court hearing at the request of prosecutors and his lawyers for the Los Angeles Innocence Project, at California State University. So shout out to those students and that whole staff at California State University that pushed for the DNA to be tested in this particular case, where it pointed to someone else. You know, we know that everybody that gets, you know, picked up, that, you know, everybody isn't all bad and isn't all rotten or whatever the case is, but that's a very unfortunate situation. So, you know, definitely got to keep him lifted, because I mean, to serve 40 some years, what? That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. So we're going to take a really quick break. And then when I come back, we're going to be talking about the Migos, period. I'll be right back.
What grows in the forest? Trees? Sure. Know what else grows in the forest? Our imagination, our sense of wonder, and our family bonds grow too. Because when we disconnect from this and connect with this, we reconnect with each other and build family memories we will carry with us forever. The forest is closer than you think. Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org. It's easy. Just put in your zip code to find family-friendly outdoor destinations near you. You'll also find guides to free activities, games, and amazing forest facts. Give the magic of the outdoors to your kids and reconnect with your family. Find a forest near you at discovertheforest.org. That's discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Now it's time for the Blueprint Live's topic of the day. Let's get into it.
Let's get into tonight's topic. What's going on? So if you're just joining me, make sure that you're following the Blueprint Media Company on all platforms, okay? Just type in at the BP Media code and I'll pop right up. And make sure you're following me, your girl, MzMetchi. That's MzMetchi. Let's go ahead and get into the topic, okay? So in light of the unfortunate killing of Takeoff from the Migos, I just wanted to just take a moment and do like a ode to them, like do an ode to the group. I was saying earlier in the show how I found myself, Migos and Takeoff, they had started popping up on my timeline as far as just on Facebook, Instagram, and even TikTok. And it led to a conversation that I had with my husband, and we were just like, babe, like, what's your top Migos songs? Like, what's the ones that do it for you? And oh wait, y'all talking about Kanye? They still talking about Kanye, talking about he crazy. They said he crazy. I need 50 million after that. He's not though. Oh yeah, definitely need 50 million after the what's happening, what's up for that man that served 40 years in jail. Absolutely, he gonna need at least about 100. He gonna need 100. Okay. Kanye West, he said he's misunderstood is what it is. Okay. Yeah, Tiffany, I'd love to talk to you about that. That's a very interesting perspective. Tonight's topic, yeah, like I said, I just really want to just give an ode to them. So I'm gonna give y'all my top 5. Okay. Because it was so funny when I found myself, I went to go and look at their entire discography. I'm like, man, them as a group, they have had some hits. Even their latest project that they have out now, where Offset is not with them, he didn't do this particular project. It was just, I'm like, it's a good quality project, like, and I know a lot of the times people don't like the music that we, the rap music and all of that stuff. They're just like, I don't like it, whatever. But I don't care. So we're going to talk about it tonight. Let's go ahead. So I'm going to get into, my top 5. And let me just go ahead. I'm going to actually put it on the screen here. Let me hold on. Let me just try to get this together real quick because I would love to show you all just the ones that I'm feeling personally. So I'm gonna put it on here. Let's do that. And let's see. So, oh no, it didn't do the numbers like how I wanted it to. Boo. Okay, but we'll take that off. Hold on, let's see if it'll do it here. All right. My top 5, y'all. My top 5 favorite Migos songs is this. Number 5 is Versace. Specifically, Versace, the remix with Drake. Because y'all know I love my baby Drake. I love anything he's a part of. He could literally get on the song and scream the ABCs, and I'll be like, yes, yes. I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh, Tiffany is dropping. My cousin is dropping the stuff. I'm getting to your comments. Okay, my number 4 has to be T-shirt. Mama told me not to sell work. 75 and hey, let's go. Okay, number 3 has got to be Motorsport. Motorsport. Put that thing in sport. Ooh, skirt. Okay. My next one is gonna be Walk It and Talk It. So that Walk It and Talk It will forever be my jam because when I got married back in 2000 and when I got married back in 2018, that was the song that my wedding party came into the reception to. So like y'all know, anybody that came to the wedding, y'all know our wedding was a little trapped out. My husband and I walked into our reception to Chief Keef. It was super Chicago. That's all I can tell you. I married the Morgan Park dude. Okay. It was real. It was real cityfied. I love all my city folks, but I was like, babe, I was like, we can't do that. My family's gonna be there. He like, we gonna walk into this because this is the song that we like. This our song, and I'm just like, babe, it's Chief Keef, and we did it. It was so Chicago. But my wedding party came into Walk It Like a Talk It. Walk it like a talk it. Hey, walk it like a talk it. So that one will always be number like that. That's in my top 5 forever, just because like that's a core memory. You get what I'm saying? Like it's a core memory. And then I would say that my number 1 is gonna have to be Bad and Bougie. Now, please understand that my top 5. There's so many more that I could have included. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get into the comments because my cousin's over here going off and she bringing up some jams and I'm like, dang, cuz I ain't Narcos. Yes, I was just listening to that yesterday. Fight Night. Yes, Tiffany. Funny thing, I was at my dad's house Tuesday. Y'all know we always have family night on Tuesdays, and my dad, he liked the Migos too, or whatever the case is. So he played that. We played Motorsport. We just like, because he was just like, man, I heard about what happened to the guy, and he's just like, man, not the Migos. I'm like, I know. So we played some of that, and Fight Night was definitely on there. We played Stir Fry too in a kitchen and a whipping like a stir fry. Hey, Tiffany also, she put Freak No More. Ooh, okay, that's number 6 for me. That's my number 6. She don't want to be a freak no more. She don't want to be a freak no more. Wait, Hotel Lobby. Okay. Handsome and Wealthy. Yeah, you better come through with these Migos selections. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Y'all make sure that y'all drop your favorite Migos tracks. Tiffany, I think that those are some great selections. I mean, and it's so hard. Like I honestly should have did like top 10 because all of the ones that she just named, I would literally add that onto my list right away. Without delay. Seriously though, we got to keep them lifted. As you all know, with that, with everything that happened, it seemed like as if there was a little bit of strife that was going on amongst the group as far as the Migos and them as a collective. I'm hoping that they were able to make some peace with one another before that unfortunate incident, because it was just such a sad thing. I mean, and if you listen to them and if you follow them, Takeoff was probably the most, relaxed, most chill dude ever. And it was really, really, really sad to hear that. And, he's the baby. He was the baby of the group. So young, and like I said, I was listening to some of the things that were popping up on my timeline, and Takeoff just wanted to be remembered for what they had contributed to music. And regardless of if, people say it's mumble rap and they'll say those different things, but when I think back since they've been out and since they've been a group, I can honestly tell you that since they've been out consistently, every project that they put out, that they have been a part of some really, really good times, right? Going to on the boat parties, you with your girls, my just bad and bougie. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like all of those different things. They are definitely legends in their own way. Whether you don't have to, everybody ain't got to be an extreme lyricist. They gonna make something that's gonna make you dance, it's gonna make you feel good, and that's what it's all about. So, in light of that, she said, "Those my boys. I'm gonna miss Takeoff so much." Absolutely. Me personally, I think that he was the better rapper. I think he was the better rapper out of everybody. I'm sorry. I'm gonna just have to go ahead and say it. So yeah, she said I was blasting Takeoff album. My favorite is Last Memory. Okay, yeah, it's like I gotta give it a strong listen. I gotta give it a strong listen for that one. But it's like everything, they've been a part of that, and you don't have to like all music, but it's their music as far as I'm concerned. As far as MzMetchi is concerned, man, some good moments, some days where it's just like you with your girls, you at brunch, it's lit. You know what I'm saying? Like you doing karaoke. I've done trap karaoke, and and they singing their songs or whatever the case is. Like you can't get away from it, and you can't deny the impact that they have made collectively and individually to the music industry, to the game. I mean, let's be honest. Dudes was rocking Versace, but were they really rocking Versace before Versace came out? Like before that song, like was it really hot in the present day? Versace Medusa had on me like I'm what? Come on now. You can't deny it. So that was tonight's topic. I had to go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead. I know I done had y'all for a little while, so let's go ahead and just jump into our little quote for the night, child, and get it on going. I know y'all probably ready to go eat some dinner. I am too. So let's get into it.
Thank you so much for all of my listeners for tuning in. And now it's time for the quote of the night. All right. So tonight's quote, you know what? This one is super short and it's super sweet. So it goes a little something like this. Staying positive doesn't mean you have to be happy all the time. It means that even on hard days, you know that there are better ones coming. Okay? Staying positive doesn't mean you have to be happy all the time. It means that even on hard days, you know that there are better ones coming. I just, a few of you all were tuned in with me last week, and last Thursday was a little bit crazy for me because it was like a high-low type of day. It was like it was the anniversary of my mom passing and all of those different things. And, and I just appreciate the support because I typically I'm still working on that vulnerability piece. It's hard when you got to be tough your whole life. I'm tough around here, but I was able to do that. But I just tried to keep the positivity even during that time of what I was going through. And I'm just like this, I'm going to push through this. I had to continue to keep telling myself that and thinking those positive thoughts of you feel this way, that this feeling that you feel, this grief that's trying to overtake you, it's only temporary, and I'm not talking about the long-term grief because y'all know I'm always miss my mom, but I'm talking about like that sadness that sometimes it'll try to overtake you. If you allow it, it will try to overtake you. And staying positive that whole day, I just kept telling myself, I'm like, you know what? My mother would want me to get through this. She wouldn't want me to stop. She wouldn't want me to do that. And, and I had to put those positive thoughts in my mind because I'm like, you know what? I know that this feeling that I feel right now, that it's not long-term. I'm not going to stay stuck in the trenches. You get what I'm saying? And I've been able to apply that positivity piece to other aspects of my life. And I really, really hope that you can do the same. I want to thank my two amazing guests, Miss DeAnna Grant of Grant's Financial Services. She was dropping some gems, and I really hope that you all were able to take away some very useful information. If you are a business owner and you're looking to limit your tax liability and being able to save and really equip yourself so that you aren't
struggling around tax time, but rather you are able to have some level of triumph as far as that's concerned. And of course, I have to thank Miss Porchea. She is absolutely amazing. You all, if you're needing help with your branding, with your social media presence, with styling, she literally embodies all of these things, and she's absolutely amazing. So, I'm just so thankful that they were able to spend some time with me. My cousin said we need to have a Migos party before the end of the year. I agree. I agree. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Y'all, it's fun. Next week, we are in week 5 of 6. Can y'all believe 6 weeks have almost passed by of the financial wellness? So next week, I'm going to be bringing on LaMelody, and she's going to be talking to us about investments, crypto. Like, we are going to be breaking it all down and talk about how she is literally trying to build wealth within the Black community. Okay, so it's going to be a super dope show. If you haven't already, make sure that you're following me, your girl, MzMetchi, on all platforms. That's MzMetchi. And make sure that you're following the Blueprint Media Company everywhere at the BP Media Co. Shout out to my radio partners, Fluent Radio, Indie 101.5, Jams 95.3, and Mixed Talk Media. All of my listeners in Chicago, Houston, Jersey, and Philly, I love you so much and appreciate your constant support throughout the weeks. It means everything. And for everyone that tuned in with me on Facebook as well as YouTube, and you all tuned in live, thank you so much. Share this live, tag your friends, do all of that. And last but not least, thank you so much to my amazing sponsors who this show was brought to you by. That was brought to you by Black Dollar Days, Fire Infusions, Lavish Looks by MzMetchi, and Paris Ice Bar. She is your mobile bartender. She said, make sure y'all share the live, everyone. Absolutely. Thank you, cuz I always love when you come and chat with me. I love you so much. I appreciate y'all. And until next time, bye.